John Wilkes Booth assassinated Abraham Lincoln. In his diary, as you write in your book, he wrote about Lincoln, "Our country owed all her troubles to him, and God simply made me the instrument of his punishment. The country is not what it was." What was the ideal of the country that John Wilkes Booth believed in? You talked about this country that just constantly being repeated in his writing.
For John Wilkes Booth and many other people who were close to the southern part of the country in the Confederacy, they believed the country should be a democracy for white people, a bounded democracy. And Booth was horrified, and we have to empathize with it, not sympathize, but recognize how strange it seemed to him that all of a sudden those who were slaves were now soldiers with guns. And he was particularly offended when he saw in Washington, D.C., a group of African-American Union soldiers holding Southern prisoners of war. And the world was turned upside down for him. Democracy for him, he believed in democracy, but democracy for white people. And that justified mistreating black people for him.
So country means white people.
Yeah. And I don't think it's that different from
and white Christians.
White Christians, yes. Yeah, he was not arguing for Jewish emancipation either. I don't think that's really different from what we've seen in the 20th century for people who justify ethnic cleansing or genocide. Let's go to the extreme example of Hitler again that we've talked about before. His view was actually he claimed he wanted a democracy for Germany. He wanted a democracy of the right Germans, and he wanted those who he saw infecting and mongrelizing the society out. That's in essence what John Wilkes Booth thought.
The scary thing is those kinds of ideas, you can put a pretty face on them. Like you don't have to use, and maybe Hitler didn't until the war started, or even parts of the war, make it so clear that you just want the certain kind of Germans that have made Germany a great nation to be the people that are running that nation, and other people who are not truly interested in don't hold the interest of the country at heart. Like they should go elsewhere where they can flourish also. It's wonderful. But like the good Germans, they've built all these amazing things. We should give them the power and not to the others. And you can put a bunch of flowery language around that.
Precisely. It's the argument that's made all the time today against immigration, that the wrong people are coming into our society. It's ironic because it's often made by those who themselves are immigrants. History teaches us that those who have arrived as immigrants are no more likely to like those who come. In fact, they might be against the next group for just this reason, because they think they're the right group.